A watershed is it's an area of land that drains into a body of water. So no matter where you are on land, you're in a watershed somewhere. And so, for instance, here, where we are, we're right next to the Anacostia River. So of course we're right in the middle of the Anacostia watershed. There's some noise on the other side of those trees. Some of that is New York Ave. Falling right here is wild rice that's falling into our boat. So this is what Native Americans would do. They just kind of shake off a rice plant, and then they would have all these little seeds. And this is your wild rice grain right here. Yeah.
I'm stealing one.
So this poem is called What's Never Wasted. Consider Spanish Harlem in the summer of '69. Where the young lords hoped the people would rise and demand an end to police brutality or shout, "Housing is a human right." Instead, the people sighed, "Pues hay mucho basura." And though the lords wanted to organize something other than garbage, they launched a mammoth cleanup. They tried borrowing brooms and bags from the same sanitation department that refused darker-hued neighborhoods. Only this was no lending library and trust Puerto Ricans? No way, Jose. So, the good lords heisted the goods, swept and bagged it, and called for a pickup. It sat for weeks like uncollected debt in someone else's account. So they moved mounds of waste onto Broadway, preventing passage to greener pastures for New Yorkers who made enough to live outside the city. From that first success, the lords took over hospitals and hijacked health vans, bringing thankful phlebotomists to playgrounds where they could test for lead in blood. Trash leads to big things. Picture how it piled up in Naples, the police, the strikers, the smoke fumigating the role of the mafia from the Italian debris. Memphis sanitation workers will always be remembered for saying those who hoisted garbage had worth, for hosting a king on the mountaintop more than 40 years ago. In the scriptures, 40 is a cycle of cleansing. 40 days and nights of rain, 40 years in the desert before a new generation can enter the promised land. Even if you've never been on Broadway, you have alternative routes to get through kitchen scraps. You can compost, make rich stocks, feed feral cats. In simpler times, things weren't designed for short shelf lives. For years, we've been forced to throw out and shop anew. Only there is no out, just the earth or the water beneath us, where we'll bury our bones alongside what we have no more use for, where the best organized will not squander a single scrap, a sea sweeping change.